We've had really good success recently in just doing this exact tactic, because before I was doing scraping and doing some different stuff, and the scraping is still kind of works, but I just have my sales guy do this exact tactic, and also it gives them a lot more confidence kind of going into this. So if you haven't been to this website, it's isearchfrom.com, and what I'm going to do here is I'm going to just enter United States. I'm going to do appliance repair Austin. I'm going to do Austin, and then you just pick city, appliance repair, Austin. All right, so it brings you over to here, and I have keywords everywhere installed. If you don't have this, you can go install keywords everywhere, and it just gives you the volume and the CPC right under. It also gives you the related keywords and all this other kind of crap. And so what it does is it shows you the live ads. It's 7:41 right now, so these are the people that are running them past 7 and probably all weekend. So that's good, but usually try to do it on like a Monday morning, Tuesday. I mean, when your actual sales guys doing this, or you're doing this yourself. So when we get to here, we can see 1,000 search volume, plenty of search volume. We're going to come up here, and in the URL, it says right here, always where it says add test equals, and then it says on, I just do off. So equals off, and then this will bring up the actual same results. But what it allows you to do is to actually click each one of these guys. And so that's what I'm going to do right here. I'm going to click the first two guys, and we'll go over their patterns real quick. And so kind of what I look for right away is, a lot of people make a lot of mistakes on these ads, and do they have the display URL? So the number one guy is kind of standing out because he has a display URL. He also has his extensions and his descriptions as well, so it really stands out. And I see actually Google, it was just Bing using these descriptions, and they never actually used to show this stuff, but I actually see them using this quite a bit more recently, which is cool. Especially if you get up and it's only is if you're number one and your quality score is great and all that stuff is when I see it. I have it on Bing, like every single keyword I have it. It's friggin' nuts. And Bing is pretty crazy too, because it will the number one spot, it increases the font size if you're number one, and the cost per clicks are just so cheap in Bing. So I just love using Bing. Obviously I love Google too. There's a lot more search volume, but CPC is a lot higher. But you do the combination. I do combination of Google, AdWords. I like to stick in the number 2 spot. I'll do Bing. I'll usually actually be in the number 1 spot in Bing, and then I'll just get a GMB in here, and it's a double whammy. So this is how you can really kill it with this pay-per lead stuff. So anyways, usually just the guys, if they have display URLs and they have their they have their descriptions or call outs, all the ad extensions that are allowed available. Usually they either they know what they're doing and they have or they have like a marketing company helping them out. So if we look at this is, phone number, call to action, request a quote, bunch of text. So this is pretty much just they're sending it to the appliance repair. So he probably kind of knows what he's doing, but let's see, we go to Tag Assistant, and we're going to go to Enable, see if he's got his actual tags enabled, see if he's tracking all this stuff. And yep, we see, so website call metrics, that's the number one thing I look for right away. So this guy's got a nice landing page, nice ads, probably not worth really a call. He's probably not absolutely wasting his money on Google AdWords. Second guy, let's look at him. So we look at his guy. He's got small phone number right here, changing stuff. It's taking him just to the home page. Got a little bit of factors here. It's very crap. All this text is just kind of random. Doesn't have the form. So certain factors which stand out to me right away is, if they're sending their traffic to the home page, the majority of the time, every time I send traffic to a landing page, it just converts a lot better. So I know that in the back of my head, saying, all right, this guy sending all the traffic to his home page, he's probably doing it himself, or he has a marketing company doing it for him and they don't really know what they're doing. So I can kind of dig into that. So we go in here again, refresh, see what he's got. And then I go into the call metrics. He's not tracking calls. So those two things right away, if you're taking your traffic to your homepage and you're not tracking calls, boom, that's like an automatic. The guy has no idea what his cost per conversion is. And I just want to dig into that right away because he's probably, trying to get some calls, trying to keep up with the guy above him. And most of these guys are very well of their competitors and they envy them or whatever. So they're trying to do those same things. He probably knows his website's not that great, but he runs a full business. Or some of these guys are small time and then other guys are big time. And I run across big guys all the time that send traffic to their homepage. It's crap website. They're fully aware of that, but they still spend thousands and thousands of dollars through Google AdWords because they know the calls coming in are calls, and that's all that matters to them. They don't know that they can get the call for cheaper or that they can get more calls, all that kind of stuff. They know in the back of their head, but they also have overhead costs of $10,000 to $20,000 on different types of niches business. So this is a guy I would immediately call. He's sending traffic to his homepage, and he's not tracking calls. So let's keep going. We got Sears here. I'm not going to click them. And we'll just click these guys. Obviously, we're clicking their ads, costing them money, but they don't need to know this stuff. So again, right here, phone number, really, really bad website. Sometimes they say ugly converts. I have never really seen ugly convert compared to the landing pages that I actually build. And I do not do any call-only ads. I actually do them all through landing pages. Just because I love the double whammy of a phone number and a form. And you'd be surprised about how many niches kind of are so used to just slapping on a phone number and forget that the form is actually a great way to get leads that people don't actually want to call. And you'd be surprised. I'm in some niches that they're used to getting 90% calls. And then when I turn on my campaigns, they get more leads via phone call and the form lead. So it's always double whammy, slap a form on there, and they're good right there. So let's do some website inspecting more. Okay, and then no tags found. Great, call that guy too. And usually you can tell right away, like if it looks like a website like this, already I can tell they don't have a marketing company. They're doing it themselves. This guy doing it himself. This guy's doing it himself. You can usually tell by the ads. They're just like very distinctive. They're not really, they don't stand out. They usually don't put the city in their thing. A lot of this stuff, all these factors matter a bunch when, for the quality score, for the ad, for everything. The quality score is probably pretty low on this one. Quality scores on this low on this one. And when I come upon these guys and you ask them, hey, I'm spending, $1,000 to $1,500 or $2,000, and I get these guys to spend more like $4,000 to $5,000 because they're getting so many more conversions. And I do take on AdWords clients or pay-per lead. I do pitch everybody like I'm doing AdWords audit, and then I will flip it based on what the kind of their situation. So two situations that I don't flip it on is one, if they're ranked organically really well up in the top 3 or 4 and they're in the GMB, I usually don't flip it to pay-per-lead. I make them a full-on client. I offer SEO services, AdWords, websites, kind of make them a full-on client just because if they're really well branded and they have great organic search, they're going to get a lot of the same leads that I'm able to deliver via Google and Bing and all that stuff. So I kind of just flip it into that. But a lot of the guys I'm able to flip it just because guys like these have no idea what their cost per conversion is. I will straight tell them like, hey, you're probably paying upwards of this. And sometimes it's difficult because they don't know their cost per conversion. So when you throw out a number, they have no idea how to compare it. But it's good. I mean, you're calling them, so they're not calling a bunch of marketing companies and looking for people. They do get a lot of marketing calls, but you'd actually be surprised how many people just sit there and cold email all day. And I ask these guys like how many calls that they actually get. It's actually, you'd be amazed. Like if there's guys like these with these shitty landing pages, have no freaking clue how many people are actually out there waiting for you to go and help them out. No tags, no tags, no tags. Boom. So just found that real easy. I'm not in this niche, but I just picked it just because I knew there's a lot of search volume. And so two other things that I'll do and have my sales guys kind of go into it. I just click SEMrush, and then I also click SpyFu. And so I just click SpyFu, bring it down, and I'm just analyzing this first one. I'll go down, see where they're ranked. Are they getting, this guy's number 6, number 6, number 5. I still call him. He's not getting that much organic traffic, and you could see he's starting to pick up his paid search because he wants more traffic, and he's number 6. So unless you're the top 3, you don't get a lot of calls, even being number 6. So I would definitely call this guy. You could see he's starting his campaign, so it's fairly new. He doesn't know what he's doing. He's sending the traffic to the homepage. He's not tracking the calls. He doesn't know what he's doing. Hey, this is so and so. I see your ad campaign. I also see that you're sending traffic to your website. I'm very, very confident we can double your amount of leads that you have coming in. Also, while saving you money. Simple, very, very simple pitch. And these guys are not used to that stuff. A lot of people come at them very, very salesy. I'm sitting there telling them exactly what I can do, and that's it. Same thing with my sales guys. They go in with a very simple pitch, and it gives them this confidence of knowing, these guys are not tracking their stuff. They're sending it to the homepage. They, don't have a very apparent phone number. This guy's got not getting any traffic. And SpyFu is not a great accuracy for budget, but I'm not really looking at it thinking, oh, this guy's spending $4.90, he's not worth a call. This number is not accurate. I've done it over and over again. I'm just looking for, what is he spending money on? What's he bidding on? What's the CPC? Again, the CPC is not completely accurate either, but I just want to see his ads. How long has he been running ads for? This is what I really like SpyFu for, and the only really thing I like SpyFu for is to see how long has he been running these ads, what areas is he running these ads in, and is he running the ad in pretty much the same area, and is he running just one ad, stuff like that. That really, really kind of helps you knowing that this guy has no idea what he's doing. Let's do the last guy, and that'll be it, so you guys can get on with it. So let's go down here. So 0. And the newer I see, so sometimes it just says it drops off. It's not factual. People are still running their shit. I don't know why it does that, but yeah, I just want to see, just kind of want to see his ads. How long has he been running them? Stuff like that. The guys that have been running them for a lot longer and are still doing the mistakes, those guys need a lot of help, and we'll attack them, call them all over and over again. This guy's been running this since April 2018, so heating repair. So obviously he's going to start running the heating repairs going into the winter stuff. No accuracy as far as the budget. No organic search, so he's all paid ads. He definitely needs some help with paid ads. I mean, if you're not tracking calls on your landing pages, man, it's numero uno one. I see it over and over that these guys just have no clue. They're pouring money into it. They lower the budget because they're not getting the calls. Their landing pages suck. It's an open market. There's just so many niches out there, especially the guys that are doing other stuff like doing mailers, doing home advisor, all that kind of stuff. They're spending money everywhere, and I'm telling you right now, Google leads are as good as you're going to get besides referrals. And then I wanted to show you because it came up on another one. Let's see. Anyways, there was Google Guaranteed. I know I've said it before, and it was kind of apparent and all that stuff. But I'm still running ads. I'm still running a bunch of pay per lead campaigns, and I don't really see it affect my click-through rate that much. My click-through rate actually still is pretty damn good. So it hasn't affected my conversion rate at all, obviously, but the click-through rate has gone down a little bit maybe, but overall I'm still getting quite a bit of leads, And it doesn't really matter if you're doing pay per lead, especially. Even if those people click Google Guaranteed, they still click your ad, they still call your guy, you're still getting paid for that service. So your guy doesn't know that they clicked Google Guaranteed or any of that stuff and went through that process. And a lot of people, maybe they just don't click Google Guaranteed. I don't know rhyme or reason why people click any of this crap, but yeah, I hope that helps. Just I search from. Use your keywords in here, use your cities, come in here, add test off, and then start going through these guys. Just click all their ads, go down to the next page, start running through these. Usually you want to run through in the daytime. You get a lot more advertisers and not on the weekends. So hope that helps you.